Many of you have said that the Cincinnati library method is not working anymore. I checked, and unfortunately that is correct. It is, to sum it up, because US administration is curbing the funding to libraries, and it is very expensive for libraries to acquire digital stuff as compared to the physical one. So libraries largely depend on taxpayer funding and the money that they get from subscription. We, as an outsider, are obviously not contributing anything to the library, so they are in their right to close our unauthorized access to the libraries. Regardless, we want to have access to audiobooks and books, right? So today I'm going to be sharing the first method so as to how to access mostly all the audiobooks, all the famous audiobooks at the very least, for free. Now this method involves torrenting. I would explain torrenting in very easy terms to you right now. Torrenting is basically shared file storage. Many people have the same audiobook stored in their devices, and when someone else requests to download the audiobook, that audiobook is retrieved from directly from device of someone else. So no server is involved, and hence nobody can stop torrenting. And that is why torrenting is a very sort of future proof method of getting things illegally, right? I think that knowledge should be free. I mean, if you can pay for it, it should you should, but if you really cannot, it should be free. But we should not really get into the moral debate. I'm going to be showing you exactly how to torrent all of the audiobooks that you want, and I promise I've been digging deep into it on what are the best methods to get audiobooks for free, and I found them. I'll be sharing you the easiest method out of those. It is quite straightforward, and then on the next video I'll be sharing you with you a more advanced but method with larger collection. So for this first method, it is very simple. What you have to do is you have to just search audiobooks bay. You might have heard of Pirate Bay. So audiobooks bay, it's like in the same rhyme. You have to just click on that, and you can click on these three lines and search for any of the books that you want. Now let's suppose that I want to download this one, or I can just go ahead and search anything to demonstrate to you how this works. That's quite an odd choice, but okay. Let's say I want to download this one, right? Then I'll come back here. I'll click on torrent free downloads, right? Exactly this one, because like it has a lot of fake download links, so you really want to avoid those. So when you get on this screen, you have to click up the sign up screen, because you'll have to, and you have to create this first one, the torrent download account, right? And it's a one-time process in which you have to create an account, and going forward it's a very straightforward process. Then here you just have to put your email address. Now this has been completed, and if you get your some sort of OTP, you'd have to enter that, which apparently we don't have any of that. We just copy these two, and once your account is created, you just have to come back to this initial screen where you are shown your login credentials, and you have to click on that, and then you are signed in, right? And then again you click on this torrent free download. Again, you don't really have to go on the other buttons, but you can explore them if you want, but it's not really straightforward. And as you can see, this torrent file has been downloaded. Now, as I told you, torrent is essentially decentralized system in which you download things or content from across the host which are actually hosting that file. So you have to actually download any of these torrent client, right? I actually have some torrent. Yeah, you can search for uTorrent. I found that one most helpful. You can download uTorrent, and then once you download uTorrent, it will be, you just have to give access to it or whatever, and then it will be straightforward. Now what you have to do is you have to click the file that you just downloaded, right? The small tiny file that you just downloaded. It just tells the torrent client which and where it can access the files, and currently it's showing the speed to be very slow, 3 years and 17 weeks or something like that, but it's not usually the usual speed, right? So the book will be downloaded here, and you can access the mp3 file in your file explorer as usual. It really depends on how the speed is of the person hosting that, but let's not really get into the nitbits of the torrenting, and it's as simple as that. So again, to recap, all you have to do is you have to come to audiobooks bay, right? You just have to look through the audiobooks or just search for the one that you like, then go on that menu, then come down, ignore all of that, right? Torrent free download, and then if you download, you just have to open that file, and then it will start downloading, right? It is as simple as that. Nothing else is involved in it. Now obviously the downloading speed could be a bit slow because there's not a server handling these files, but you can just leave it downloading for let's say 1 or 2 hours, and then you will be good to go. You can just leave it to download in the background, and it will not interrupt because torrenting is very stable even for slow downloads or low internet speeds. Now as for the more advanced method, I'll be showing you how to get access to torrent trackers next. Torrent trackers are essentially a larger, let's say, sort of community where people come together. They post torrent links from where people can download other books or anything other digital content, and then you also have a sort of responsibility to host those files. That's called seeding, but I'll get into that next one. But this was the first very useful method of accessing audiobooks for free using the torrenting method. Of course it's not legal, but if it's moral or not, it depends upon your financial capabilities right now, your moral standing, your ethics, and all of that. It should be up to you with what you decide to do with this information. Thank you.